Ntokozo, I understand you got a little bit of a cultural experience before the business of the day kicked off. What is on the agenda this afternoon?
Afternoon, Hugo. Indeed, we got a taste of both DRC and South Africa with some musicians just giving us a taste of the hits of both countries. But we also heard from the commercial director of Raw Bank, which is one of the larger banks in the DRC. And he was just presenting to business leaders here and entrepreneurs on the vast opportunities that exist in the Democratic Republic of Congo, despite, the headlines that the country has been making over the past few weeks, particularly urging South Africans to tap into those opportunities and not just look into opportunities in mining, but opportunities in infrastructure development, energy that South African businesses can tap into. And I am with the African Business Consortium President, that's Reporter Ntokozo. Thank you so much for talking to us and allowing me to pull you out of the meeting. The importance of really South African entrepreneurs looking to the rest of the continent for those opportunities. Of course, this event comes during a very hard time for both countries, but business here is saying, let's keep charting forward and moving forward. Where do the opportunities lie according to the consortium?
Thank you, Ntokozo, and thank you and welcome to the listeners. I think really it's up to us as South Africans because as you know, the traffic has been flowing one way to South Africa. And as you've heard in the conference, that there are opportunities that perhaps we're just not aware of. So we've come to cement those relationships and to make sure that we pave the framework, particularly the contractual and the legal framework, so that it can be easy for South Africans as well. We've partnered with the with the Congolese Business Chamber, so that we can share inquiries, and they are asking for expertise from us. They are wanting us to come, but we've been shrouded in the midst of what the mass media is saying. It's not safe, this and that. And if they made it here, surely we can make it there. And opportunities really in the service center, in the banking sectors, all sectors, infrastructure sectors. And I think South Africa in the past 20, 30 years, we've shown that even us as Africans can do it. And this is where we could take this opportunity to the rest of the continent. It is not just the DRC, but it's within the continent. That's where all the minerals are, and we should exploit them for our people.
And drive that stability as well, because if the businesses can work together across the continent, would that help drive some of the stability that we see in instability in some regions right now, but the importance of that commercial activity to drive socio-economic development across the continent?
It is quite important, because I think oftentimes when you hear of instability, it's the actual cause where only a few are benefiting. But if we know we've got a vested interest to protect, we would make sure that peace prevails in those countries. So stability will come as a second nature for us, because we would be protecting then our interest. And I think, again, there's no better opportunistic time than now. We need to go to the DRC and other countries as South Africans and claim what is also ours, because we're in Africa. We've been talking about free Africa trade and Africa opening up borders, but it looks like we want the borders to open one way. So we need to now have borders flowing up and down. Absolutely. And we can have also the cultural exchange. It's amazing actually to notice how a lot of similarities that we're not aware of.
Yeah, no, thank you a lot, Tsepo. Of course, Tsepo Kgaudi Hugo is the president of the African Business Consortium. All those opportunities saying the traffic should really go both ways. South African businesses and entrepreneurs go up to the rest of the continent and unlock those opportunities. But again, issues of policy being one of the challenges there, Hugo. But we are still going to listen inside. We're going to hear from the Mines Ministry, hear from some businesses that are doing business both in the DRC and South Africa on how they are overcoming some of the challenges that they may be confronted with, Hugo.
Ntokozo Khumalo at the inaugural Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa Chamber of Commerce, Crafts and Arts exhibition. Thanks for your time.